Ah, boy, time now for another episode of Miss Nailsin Sunday Comics. And continuing, not continuing, beginning with another exciting adventure or comic book issue of the Blue Beetle. So the last one, I think, was issue 11, and, Comics Plus didn't have any more issues until number 31, I guess. It's the same publisher, so, oh boy, it's the Warriors, you know. Yeah, I'm sure. Oh boy, it's already off to a great start. We'll have to skip some of the dialogue in this one, you know. Yeah. Is he about to blow up the Capitol? What? Oh, I don't know what he's doing. Anyway, the Blue Beetle. What fiendish business is this? That the Blue Beetle is here alone rebuilding a skyscraper that has crumbled in the middle of the night? So he has giant powers now? Huh. And why is he straddling it? Anyway. What warped mind has conceived this terrible comic book, this horrible deed that might have killed thousands of American civilians had it not occurred at a time when the buildings were empty? If your nerves can take it, read on and learn the adventure of the crumbling skyscraper. Sehr gut, der Führer. Had no idea. Will reward us well for this quick. Let us get to the radio and report. Ja, mein Führer. And that's not all. We left the sign of the Blue Beetle so that he will be suspected. Ja, we proceed to Berlin right now with the plans. So anyway, in case you didn't know, these are Nazi saboteurs. Sabotaging stuff. Hey, look, he's even got the popular mustache of the party. Anyway, back the attack. No, not this one. They mean the war effort. Buy more war bonds and stamps. That's how you support the effort. Anyway, Dan Garrett, who, unknown to Joan Mason, is really the Blue Beetle. Here's the Nazi broadcast with the invisible radio set in his ears. Oh, it's invisible. Huh, wow. The Blue Beetle must act. I'm tired, Joan. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Good night, Danny. The Blue Beetle gets into his land. What's that stain? Ew. Land Beetle mobile. Oh, wow. He's really, spruced up his act since issue 11, you know. There is need for tremendous speed. See, it rhymes. Well, I guess it wouldn't have been cool at the time for him to ride around in a Volkswagen Beetle, you know, because, so instead he's got something that looks more like a Roachmobile, but, it's blue. It's got a little bug on it. There you go. I guess he doesn't have his powers of flight anymore, or doesn't have them yet. I can't keep track. We talk about there's 3 Blue Beetles, Dan Garrett, Ted Cord, and Jaime Reyes. Well, actually, there's probably like 6 when you count Dan maybe 3 times over. 3 different Dans. Yeah. Anyway, the Blue Beetle rushes that fantastic spade to watch the DC scene of the disaster. No, we don't mean the usual governance. We mean that sabotage. So no obstacle bars his way. I'll have to work fast to get this fixed by morning. The Beetlemobile screeches to a stop in front of a demolished office building. Boy, it's pretty demolished. I mean, there's nothing in there. Anyway, let's see now. This room ought to go here, and this one over there. So he does have giant powers now? What the hell? Okay, By morning, the job is done. Well, I guess so. Anyway, office workers enter their offices unaware of the previous night's doings. They gave their lives. You lend your money. The Blue Beetle has worked too fast.
The girl's right. I ought to know. I've worked here for 2 years. That office has always been on the 10th floor. Now it's on the...
Wait, are these the Nazi? I don't know. Anyway, weird mystery baffles police. FBI called on case. Building is better now than before. Meanwhile, at FBI headquarters, attention all federal agents. It's the speaker's thinking it.
Be on the lookout for the Blue Beetle. Suspected of Washington building mystery, that is all.
Well, you suspect him of renovating the building? I don't know. A Senate commission investigates.
Senators, I assure you that the Blue Beetle will be caught. We will assign our best man to the case. After all, he didn't get the proper permits and pay the protection racket in order to do those renovations. And we're just not going to stand for that because, well, we didn't get a cut of that.
The chief calls in Dan Garrett. Garrett, your job is to capture the Blue Beetle. Ho, ho, what a job. Go out and capture myself? Tough. I'll get me. But suddenly, boom.
The Blue Beetle strikes again. Ha, 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 ha.
A grenade explodes, and Dan and the chief are stunned by the concussion. Now Dan is really in a jam. And he forgot his mask. Now they got to know.
I got the Blue Beetle. He just killed Dan Garrett and the chief.
Oh, wait, I guess these are FBI guys. Hey, I got the Blue Beetle. He just killed Dan Garrett and the chief. This is no longer funny. Well, it's stupid. My uniform's been blown off hand. They think I killed the chief. The Blue Beetle constructs a strange gadget. It is his famous blacklight. Well, I've never heard of it, but whatever. It's finished. Now to turn it on and disappear. By the way, do your part for victory on the home front. Yeah. A surprise awaits the gods. Where did he go? Open the gates, quick. Sorry, fellows, but there's work ahead for the Blue Beetle. Don't worry, it's the black light that makes me invisible. So another saboteur comes in while he's shooting a laser beam. I don't know. Ha! This too they will blame on der Blue Beetle. The guards become victims of the Nasty's hand grenade. Yep.
What a joke. We can't kill the Blue Beetle, but the Amerikaners think he's a murderer. They will kill him for us.
The Blue Beetle starts on the trail of the nasty saboteur. I'll track down that nasty with this radar set. Something's coming in now. This art is terrible. This is crap. Man. Anyway, back to the story. The nasty is clever. He threw out this baffle wire to confuse my radar set. There must be some way to catch him. I've got it. The submarine isn't here yet, for the nasty would be gone. Or the nasty would be gone. That's what he's waiting for. Oh. Back the attack. See, it rhymes, and so you got to. Buy more war bonds and stamps. Well, go ahead and buy them, even though it doesn't rhyme. A little later, the Blue Beetle speeds over the ocean in the greatest warplane of all time, the Beetle Bird. Well, beetles can fly too, Well, not as good as birds, I guess, but could just be the beetle plane, But anyway. What's that flash that just went by? You're dreaming. Alert observers of the aircraft carrier Audubon spot the approaching plane. Commander Kane, sir. Unidentified aircraft approaching at terrific speed. Ready all ACAC guns. Call Admiral Mason. Attack bursts on all sides of the Beetle bird. Oh, ACAC burst. Anyway, Beetle bird to Captain Mason of Carrier Audubon. May I land, Captain Mason? That's Admiral Mason to you. But anyway, Joan's father, oh boy, what are the odds? Admiral Mason, the only man to know the true identity of the Blue Beetle. Wow, boy, a lot's happened in between issues, you know. Audubon to Beetle bird. You may land, and I'm an admiral now, you young scamp. Roger Wilco, received message, will comply. Swish, swish, swish. The weird craft lands on the carrier. What's that? It's a man in a blue suit on top of an airplane. Oh. Sorry, fellows. The black light must hide this secret plane until your planes have the same equipment. Then you could surprise the nasties and those guys with it. Hey, what? The plane's disappeared. Yeah, I just explained anyway. Huh? Never mind. They gave their lives. You lend your money. Again, it doesn't rhyme, but, it's the sentiment and whatever. So, that's why you've got to let the submarine get through. Well, whatever the conversation was, it was between panels. Known only but to God now. Anyway, I agree. We'll do it. Pilots to your planes, U-boat sighted. Well, that's neat. It must have been a stupid U-boat. They were above surface. Well, anyway, Navy pilots, attention. You will drop bombs near the submarine, but you are not to hit it. You are not to hit it. What are they doing? I don't know. Anyway, wonder why the old man wants us to miss this hunt. He didn't say anything about scaring him to death, so here goes. A tremendous geyser of water shoots up near the enemy's sub as a pattern of depth bombs is dropped.
Crash down quick, or we will all be dead. There are no damages, Herr Captain. Good. We proceed to America.
Well, great going. Oh, I guess this is all a part of the Blue Beetle's secret plan with Admiral Mason, yeah. Do your part for victory on the home front. Whatever. In Washington, the mystery remains unsolved. But in a cafe sit four sinister-looking men talking, unaware of being watched by this guy, I guess. I don't know. Maybe us.
So the stupid Yankees think that their Blue Beetle is a murderer? Ain't that funny?
Not really, but anyway. Two G-men who leap into action. Come on, you Huns, don't make a false move.
Huns, they swing that way?
But the trapped nasties fight like cornered rats, and the two brave G-men are suddenly felled.
We'll show you who makes a false move, Americaner.
By a hail of lead. Oh,
quick, we've got to get out from here.
Boom, 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 smoke, smoke. Oh, this is terrible art. The FBI has been set straight by Admiral Mason. The rear exit this way. More G-men with guns blazing enter the fray. After the men, take them dead or alive.
Run for the boat.
Back the attack. Buy more war bonds and stamps. Get it? We got one. Searching for the plans. The other two got away. Nope. The plans aren't on him. And he's through talking for good.
Hans, I have the plans. You are wounded and are of no further use to the Third Reich. Besides, this boot is leaking. You must die!
The two nasties escape in a boat and head out to sea.
Help! No, Carl! Help!
But Hans' fate is sealed. Dun 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 dun.
Ach! What a coward and such a glorious death for the Führer!
Well, not glorious if he's crying about it. Anyway. Covered completely by the black light, the blue beetle, invisible to Carl, keeps the nasty under close watch. Yep, got my blue beetle boat. The leaky boat sinks, and Carl faces the terror of shark-infested water.
Help! One death for the Führers is plenty. I'm different.
They give their lives, you lend your money. Okay. But Carl is picked up by the nasty U-boat.
And there are the others. Dead. Let's go before we are the same. I have their plans. Oh, I shall be happy to get back to my pretty home in Berlin. Here is a picture of it.
Yeah.
You will be pleased to know that the Führer has forced the Allied slave labor to redecorate your house and give you more ventilation. Yeah, that is good. Yeah, here is a picture of it ventilated by the RAF. Herr Capitan, look! American aircraft carrier, look!
Yep, there it is. Do your part for victory on the home front.
A standby torpedoes. Could I give a look, Capitan? Help! What is this? It is impossible.
What frightens Carl is the sign of the blue beetle. Is he pressing something up against the sign that means death to the enemies of democracy? Okay.
Fire torpedoes, all tubes, fire all torpedoes!
The crew of the Audubon look on helplessly as the deadly torpedoes race toward their target. Look, torpedoes! We're goners now! I wish these nasties would make these torpedoes faster. This gets boring when you only have to catch 8 at a time. The blue beetle turns back all torpedoes, and a giant column of water indicates the sub's end. They could have just blew it up in the first place. This is just so the blue beetle can show off. Okay. That's the way it would always end, so long as you keep buying stamps and bonds. Oh, war stamps and bonds. Yeah. By the way, back the attack, buy more war bonds and stamps. So anyway, this was a whole commercial for support of the war effort. Yeah. Well, there you go. Okay, military humor. We have a little silly. Go away! So these seagulls are landing on his gun. Me spike a little. Speak English? Okay. Oh boy. Must be nearly 3. So what? Got a date at the moving pictures? That's not fair. I always get to thinking that something's gonna happen to me. Yeah. Boy, I really pooped those out. A minute mystery. I'm good. They'll never find out. He robbed a store and escaped into the night and ran unseen. I'll dry it with bits of blotters and make a plaster cast. But next morning a footprint was found in the mud. The thief's. Important was the shape of the heel. So they made a plaster cast of the entire footprint and thought to find someone with a similar shoe. See, he's got a little dent in the heel. Yeah.
I'll compare this cast with every shoe in the house.
The idea was first to make a house-to-house search of the dwellings near the scene of the robbery.
That was a nice rainy night.
Well, in one house they found a man whose right shoe matched the cast exactly. The search was over. Well, what luck that he was a next-door neighbor to the store. Yeah. Oh boy, look what we've got ahead for next week's Mr. Nailsin Sunday Comics. It's the Blue Beetle, who now, has giant powers. Look at that. I thought it was just like an illustration type thing, a symbolic thing of Blue Beetle towering over the enemies of America and that sort of thing. No, apparently he can become giant, like Ant-Man and stuff, you know? So anyway, there we are, another naval battle or something. And, he lost his miniskirt. Oh, that's embarrassing, damn it. Oh, jeez. So we'll see how that turns out for next week's Mr. Nailsin Sunday Comics.